Hello everyone, this is Crowbeak. Welcome back to another episode of my Final Fantasy X Let's Play. We're in the middle of some story. Titus is trying to break into the inner sanctum of the faith at the Temple of Bavel because they figure Yuna's in there.
Hey! You can stuff your taboos!
Yeah! How do you open these doors in the first place? That's the question. Do they open for the power of a summoner? Generally? Mari's got it, bro. In you go. And those things that just kind of disappeared were really interesting. Creepy kid! This is where you find out what he really is.
What's that?
A faith. They join with the summoner, and together receive the Aeon. They are human souls, imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites. The dead should be allowed to rest.
Fireflies.
Yuna!
How macabre is that, by the way? Humans imprisoned in stone by ancient Yevon rites. This is what every Aeon is, right? It is a person who is sort of in purgatory,
don't come out!
in some kind of stone, waiting for a summoner to come and pray for whatever power they hold to make an Aeon possible.
You are to stand trial.
I expect it will be a fair trial.
Sounds so sarcastic.
Of course
He
it
knows
will.
better. We're always fair around here. R-O-R-O-R-O-R. So here's something interesting. Not only is Creepy Kid one of these people imprisoned in stone to make for the power to get the Aeons, he's Bahamut. I don't know if I got the pronunciation of that right. Bahamut. Bahamut. Whatever. This guy. Traditionally, in the Final Fantasy series, Bahamut is always one of the more powerful Aeons. In some games, it is the most powerful Aeon, or summon in general. In this one, it's not the most powerful, but it is the most powerful of the ones in the temples. I'm pretty sure this is the last temple that after this, our next stop should theoretically be Xanarkand to the Pilgrimage. So Bahamut is this super powerful summon, which you'll see later when I use him in battle. But the person trapped in stone that makes for the power to summon this big powerful thing, and he's impressive, is that kid that I've been calling Creepy Kid, because let's be honest, he's pretty creepy early in the game when he shows up in the Xanarkand sequences. So, and that's another interesting thing. 1,000 years ago in Xanarkand, pre-Yevon, because Titus didn't know what Yevon was before he showed up in modern-day Spira.
The High Court of Yevon is now in session.
He saw this creepy kid who is now...
The sacred officers of this court seek nothing but absolute truth in Yevon's name.
This creepy kid who's now the vessel of
To
Bahamut.
those on trial, believe in Yevon and speak only the truth.
What if you don't believe in Yevon and still
Maester
speak the
Kelk
truth?
Ronso.
Summoner Yuna, you have sworn to protect the people of Yevon, true?
Yes,
Then consider. You have inflicted dire injury upon Maester Seymour Guado, conspired with the Albed and joined in their insurrection. These are traitorous and unforgivable crimes that disturb the order of Yevon. Tell this court what possessed you to participate in such violence.
Your Grace. The real traitor is Maester Seymour. He killed his father Jiskel with his own hands.
What is this?
Hadn't you heard?
How cocky is that?
Not only
Oh my god.
Maester Seymour is already dead.
It is a summoner's sacred duty to send the souls of the departed to the far plane. Yuna was only doing her job as a summoner.
Grand Maester Micah, please send Seymour now.
Send the unsent to where they belong?
Yes.
Laughter. Not the reaction we wanted there.
Send the dead?
Seymour's not the only dead Maester.
You would have to send me too.
Which explains his panicked stop at the wedding when she tried to send Seymour.
Grand Maester Micah is a wise leader. Even in death, he is invaluable to Spira.
Enlightened rule by the dead is preferable to the misguided failures of the living.
Life is but a passing dream, but the death that follows is eternal.
Men die, beasts die, trees die, even continents perish.
I love the ceiling here.
Only
Not related.
the power of death
But I
truly
do.
commands in spirit. Resisting its power is futile.
But what of sin? I am a summoner, my lord, like my father before me. I am on a pilgrimage to stop the death that sin brings. Are you telling me that too is futile? Grand Maester Micah, I am not alone. All the people who have opposed sin, their battles, their sacrifices, were they all in vain?
Not in vain. No matter how many summoners give their lives, sin cannot be truly defeated. Their rebirth cannot be stopped. Yet the courage of those who fight gives the people hope. There is nothing futile in the life and death of a summoner.
Never futile, but never ending.
Indeed, that is the essence of Yevon.
Lord Micah.
Yevon is embodied by eternal, unchanging continuity, summoner.
No,
That's a pretty key statement
that
right
can't
there.
be right.
Those who question these truths, they are traitors.
Lord Micah!
Get me out of here! I want out now! You hear me?
And Orin's just
You
standing
waste
there.
your breath.
Man, I wonder what's written on the floor there. I don't remember if I noticed that when I first played the
Man,
game with the lower
I
textures.
hope Yuna's okay.
She is strong. She'll make it.
How much of this did
She'll
Orin
make
know?
it? What, so she can die?
Because
Why
he's
is it
been through the pilgrimage process.
everything
before.
in Spira seems to revolve around people dying?
It is pretty
The
morbid
spiral
existence.
of death.
Huh?
Summoners challenge the bringer of death, sin, and die doing so. Guardians give their lives to protect their summoner. The Faith are the souls of the dead. Even the Maesters of Yevon are unsent. Spira is full of death. Only sin is reborn, and then only to bring more death. It is a cycle of death, spiraling endlessly.
I really love that trial scene in terms of storytelling and place within the whole story, the whole narrative.
Your sentence has been decided.
Because it shows...
Don't you mean execution?
Really now, what person would execute a dear friend?
You would.
That scene with the Maesters shows just how, like, it really clearly illustrates just how corrupt Yevon is. We've seen all these hints that there's corruption going on, but we've got, right there, we've got the 4 Maesters.
Looks like
Micah,
you're
Seymour,
next.
the Ronso guy, and
next for what?
Jolly Fat Man, whatever his name is. Two of the 4 Maesters are dead. The 2 Maesters who are not dead knew that the 2 were dead and just unsent, hanging around when they're not supposed to be. The only Maester
down there somewhere, maybe.
The only Maester who didn't already know that Seymour had killed his dad, after finding out, was just like, okay, and just kept going, right? Like, oh really? Well, that's the prize. Let's just carry on with the trial. There's just...
What's our sentence?
Think they expect us to give up and die down here?
It is the Via Purifica.
Well, that's a lame way to kill someone.
Where's Uni?
I don't know.
They didn't throw her down here
Wonder
because
if we
she's not
should
one of the
wait
people
for
who
her.
can fight underwater battles.
Let's wait at
I
the
wish I was
exit.
joking, but
If
I'm
there
not.
is an exit.
I don't know why this place is named the Via Purifico, but it's
How
my
fares the
favorite
Ronso
named
Mist?
place in the whole game.
It seems my father's murder troubles him.
Okay, so he wasn't quite so cool about it as I thought.
Ever the Ronso. Hard-headed.
The summoner Yuna, daughter to High Summoner Braska. She may be of some use to us alive.
He still wants her body.
She has disturbed the order of Yevon. She cannot be allowed to
Protectors.
live.
I understand.
Let it go, Seymour. No one thrown into the Via Purifico has ever survived.
Yet there is always a small chance that they might. Place guards at the exit. Kill any who emerge.
Sir, leave that to me.
Smart bad guy covers his bases.
First your father, now your bride.
Right, they are technically married.
Allow me to do this because she is my bride.
Wait, I will go too.
You do not trust me?
Why would he?
Would you trust a man who murdered his father?
Such a
Very well.
such a,
As you wish.
Oh God, I don't like Seymour. I just don't. This is not news. This is a thing I've been
Lady
saying
Yuna,
pretty much
forgive
the
me.
whole time. Oh, I was talking over that, and I don't know whose voice that was. Darn it. Alright, well. Step on 1 to transport yourself to the next panel in the indicated direction. Nothing will happen if there's no panel to receive you at the far end. One thing I like about this game in terms of aesthetic consistency. The glyphs all look the same. Right? This glyph pattern is a constant in all the temples and all the things, the trials, not trial of faith. Gosh, what's it called? Whoops. Apparently, I'm fighting things. Anyway, those glyphs in all of these puzzle dungeon things, they all look the same. It's a consistency. We'll pull out Bahamut to show him off before I end this episode. And one thing I'd like to point out while I'm talking about this is that circle sun crest thing behind him. Creepy Kid had a picture of that on his back. Bahamut's coloring, his detailing, if you look at that kid and the outfit he is wearing, it looks like Bahamut. It's a detail that's easy to miss. I didn't notice it on the first time I played this game. It wasn't until I played it the second time, already knowing who the kid was or what the kid was, that I realized that was there, that he's got that sun crest on his back from the very beginning. So let's kick some dudes in the nuts. Where by nuts I mean spike from the back of their backs. Whatever, it's Bahamut. He kicks butt. Your turn to die. I should have killed the other thing first. Meh. He's doomed now. But yeah, so as I was saying, that glyph pattern is sort of a unifying aesthetic touch between temples. It's useful in the Cloister of Trials. Thank you, that's what I was looking for. The Cloister of Trials in the Babel Temple had that same glyph, that same diamond glyph pattern, and the arrow on it, or the arrows that appeared on it just fit into it like a clock. And here in this dungeon, they're doing the same thing again. These are, you can see it more in the next one. This symbol here right in front of me doesn't have any arrows lit up on it, but the one at the intersection ahead of me has arrows that are going in 3 different directions, it looks like. Nope, all 4. It's lighting up in all 4 directions, one little bit at a time, alternating. But that diamond symbol is a common aesthetic thing, and it was very easy for them to add arrows to it. And now that we've already seen it with arrows, and those arrows having meaning, it's another. It was very easy for them to plop it into this dungeon. And even though this dungeon has a different puzzle thing going on, it's still very easy to read from a design standpoint. There's no question of the fact that we're dealing with a magic/machina device which involves transporting in a certain direction. It just clicks and connects to what we've seen before. So good on them. And with that, I'm going to end this episode here, and the next episode will continue on in the Via Purifico.